I created a world where absolutely every mob hides a creeper. This can rightly be called the real world of creepers, where around every corner and turn, danger awaits you. And the main question, which we have to decide, will we be able to survive? And all this only on command blocks, without mods and plugins. Let's go! Disconnect the output from the command blocks and issue it. Then put 5 one after the other and one next to each other. Later you will find out why in the first command block. Enter a command that will mark all creatures and give them a tag. Put on repeat unconditional and leave it inactive for now. In this command I indicated the distance at which they will turn into 16 blocks. This will give us the opportunity to maneuver with the bow, dragon and the rest. You can do at your discretion or completely disable, then all mobs will immediately turn into them. And also below are items that should not be marked. If in your version or build they are marked with this command, write them here. I show on the example of 1.20.1.4. Insert a command that will create creepers for us, and we will also give them a beautiful name. Here you can specify yours and also change the color of it, change the damage and lives and other features. I will only give a name. We put all the following blocks on chain, conditional and always active. Next, the command to delete old mobs, cleaning things, and reset the tag if someone remains. Next, move on to the first one and activate it. And as we can see, transformations begin immediately. The full list of commands is under the video. Take your bonus. Your like and subscription will help me improve the content and become even better. Subscribe. Thank you for your support. After that, move on to the last block and enter the command set to repeat, always active and ready. Now, if you or one of your friends wants to go creative, he will not succeed and this world is broken. And also when you open the world to the network, set survival and disable teams. Well, here we go, since we have no animals and normal food. My plans were to eat bread and apples in the near future, which is where I started. But when we notice a bee that turns into a creeper, we find a village where we are happily greeted by the locals in the form of creepers. Run past pets and start getting wheat. Loot the chests. We make sure that every house here is occupied. Crafting a workbench and bread and starting to collect our thoughts. The next day, we collect everything that is right there and only in the late afternoon when everything we could was collected. Are we going home to wake up in another house in the morning? The next morning we set off, mining everything on the surface and exploring the caves. And then, seeing a dolphin, I go swimming in the hope of taking beautiful shots. Almost dying because of my carelessness. And let's move on. I take beautiful shots. Repeat everything again, but this time prepare the beds, and when everything is ready, we go in the other direction this time. We remain in hope for the future, and then, looking at it, we almost die. Nearby we find another village, and until we get it, we quickly loot everything we have and leave here. Oh, hold on. The next morning, we continue to surround the village, and then, running past the creepers in the hope of like pumpkins, we hesitate and realize that it was just. However, we find someone's belongings at this place and continue. We understand that for some reason the village is completely destroyed, so we say goodbye to it and go further along the way, hoping that the beds will still help us go through many biomes and finally find it. Yes, we're here for the web and a little loot. With its help, we make a bow and go hunting. I had always considered myself a master bow, but this time something went wrong. With every chicken I killed, I returned without a single feather. I ran around one meadow after another, but the feathers stubbornly did not fall out. The attempts turned out to be fruitless, and patience began to run out. Until I came across a flock of sheep, and several chickens were grazing nearby. And yes, I finally collected the first feathers. Following days turned into a routine. I hunted, looted chests, collected resources, feathers, webs, and flint, in order to eventually craft a solid supply of arrows and stock up on food. After that, we disassemble the old portal and build a new one on its basis. In hell, I immediately began to look for piglins in the hope of a profitable trade, but the first exchanges failed again and again because I was too close to them. Only when they managed to climb higher, the trade with piglins finally went as it should. After a while, we go down and see there only one garbage. So I armed myself with a pickaxe and began mining as much gold as I could to throw ingots to the piglins over and over again and accumulate resources. Soon I found a fortress, and the battle with the Ifrit began almost immediately. After discovering the Ifrit spawner, I deployed a real rod farm, until at one point it happened I wanted to run on immediately to the next one, but suddenly I realized the point of no return had already been passed, and now there was no way back. Repeat everything again, find a new village. Then we move forward, overcoming thousands of blocks, until we find a dungeon with traps made of spider webs. This is what we are here for. Quickly assemble the threads, preparing everything for the next stage, build a new portal, and immediately start mining gold. After that, we find another fortress. This time we act extremely carefully extract the blaze rods. After that, again and again, we trade with piglins, throwing them bars of gold, a lot of gold. And now, after many exchanges, we finally manage to get ender pearls, half of which are immediately blown up. We build an ender portal and return home. Here we get more food and the rest, craft the missing armor and all the necessary equipment. Then we go in search of the fortress and immediately lose my first idea. In the fortress, we are met by packs of creepers. We make a circle. I stumble and get a powerful explosion, remaining with half of my heart. Quickly build a portal and jump. Then on the way, there are endermen who turn into another wave of creepers. Then we ran to the dragon, and all this time I thought about only one thing, to stay away from the dragons so that it would not transform. Finally, when I decided to climb higher, I did not even notice how he suddenly disappeared. Only when I go downstairs do I realize what is missing. There is no dragon. Lose the only egg. And with this, I can say that all possible tasks for today have been successfully failed, but I'm not upset. Thank you all for watching, subscribe, and I'll go eat cookies and come up with new teams. Good luck to everyone and bye.